Trapped up here.
Navigating.
Lori. Also a contested race. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thank you. It's great to be here. I'd love to be your next county commissioner for Arapahoe County District 2. I first want to know how many of you have to work full-time? I do too, and so I apologize for being here just a little bit late tonight. What a fun bunch. I should have come here much sooner, and I would have had some wonderful ideas on how to fundraise. So I'm going to walk away with some of those suggestions today. That was very, very fun. Basically, I didn't come here with an agenda tonight. I really want to hear from you. I have served both at the local level and the state level, and I really enjoy the local level. Those issues are what is so near and dear to all of our hearts and our families. I want to know 3 areas, the top 3 issues that you think is facing Arapahoe County today, and why. Just 3.
Traffic. Just traffic? Any particular areas or anything like that? Definitely. And that is in the works. We are working on that, definitely. Any others?
Red light cameras.
Okay.
Because you can't face a red light camera in court to face your witness against you.
Okay, fair enough. I'm looking for a couple of others. Yes.
Fix your street signs and have numbers on all your buildings so that when people drive through the city of through Aurora or Arapahoe County, you can at least know where you're going. If you want to have distance signs and numbers.
Oh, okay. Clarification on street signs, addresses, and those.
In some states, it's mandatory that you have to have large letters on every one of your buildings.
Okay.
And for some reason, Arapahoe doesn't have it.
The woman is saying that she would like to see better markings on our street signs and numbers and things like that. Buildings. Okay, very good, very good. Any others? While can we just yes?
I don't know if it's your area, but we definitely have a problem in Aurora, and it's Arapahoe County, is whatever happened to the single-family dwellings. Like, we have 4 houses that we know of just across the street from us that have more than 3 families living in each house. And we've been in many times. Immigration. Gone to Arapahoe County. They say that it's Water County.
The question was, or the concern was, multiple families living within one residential home, basically. They're single-family dwelling type neighborhoods. I'm taking it it's not a group home of any kind. Not a group home of any kind. This is all they're all related.
It's single-family homes.
Okay.
And when you buy those houses and when you have them appraised, they're single-family dwellings. But just to give you an example, our house was appraised for $178,000 5 years ago. And because of the illegals and all the different things that lived in those homes, they totally destroyed them. So now when they're appraising homes, they go to appraise. And our house just got appraised for $120,000. It was $178,000. We can't even sell our house now because we own others. And it's because of allowing Arapahoe County also, not just city, but they're allowing more than one family living in those homes.
Okay, so we're talking about zoning issues, we're talking about use issues, and some of those are county, some of them are city, just so you know. And it just really depends on what area you're in, but I've taken note of that, and I will keep that definitely in mind. I don't want to take more than my time, but do I have time for just maybe a couple more? Yes.
I hear that Arapahoe County is getting bogged down on concealed carry permit approvals. Taking too much time.
Okay. I believe that's more under your sheriff's realm.
That falls under you guys.
People are applying.
Okay.
Commissioners run the sheriff's department.
Well, budgetary and things like that, yes, we do. Absolutely. Any others? Yes.
Why should you have to buy a permit to carry concealed in the first place?
I have served, like I said, at the local level as well as at the state level, and I have always voted in favor of the Second Amendment. I also voted for concealed carry, and have had one of my own in the past. So I understand where you're coming from. it would be very difficult, I think, to get something like that passed. And that really wouldn't be county anyway. That's a statewide concern, so that would go through your legislature. But I do want you to know that I'm very sympathetic, and that I'm definitely a Second Amendment supporter.
I want to expand on what he just said. Why couldn't the county pass and make where that you're allowed to carry? I mean, if you live within the county. I mean, why does it have to be legislated by the state at the county level?
Because it's a statewide concern. The way that this works is kind of like with the federal government and your state government. You can always take legislation and you can make it more restrictive, but you can't loosen it up. So we have to adhere to what the state laws are, even at the county level. That's our system.
Not from Arapahoe County, but just from this little thing here. The case says it's now in Illinois, the Chicago, the thing is going to go towards the plaintiff. Would that not then fall, my understanding is that would lead to it falling through all the states following them. If that's the case, would you then support your county? I'm
not familiar with what you're
a gentleman in Chicago, they will not let them carry, you can't even have them. But all the stores that are open to criminals walking the street can. So he's probably about 20. But, so when that happens, I think it's supposed to basically affect every state in the United States. You should be able to, the Second Amendment is going to be.
Again, I'm a strong supporter of the Second Amendment, and I honestly believe that in our society, so